This channel is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken as legal advice. Today is the start of our fourth quarter classes, and this is the first course of the final process of Patrick Devine's great work that set himself free. Today we'll be covering the performance and the payment bonds and a rare recording not heard in 8 years about what Patrick Devine has to say about the GSA forms SF30, 1414, 1416, and 1418. It's important to note that while I'm your guide in this course, I am not the originator of this information. The insights we will explore have been brought to light by many great gurus, including Patrick Devine. His tireless research and dedication led him to uncover a remedy for freeing oneself from the monetary system. After 9 years and over 5,560 documents, essays, and submissions to various governmental entities, Patrick Devine discovered the key to liberation in 2016. Then he disappeared and said, "Now it's up to you to set yourselves free." This live 4-day course will cover the final process of Patrick Devine's great works, as well as information from others who helped him along the way. Let's begin. Okay, lots to cover. Once again, we are now starting fourth quarter. We're starting from the very beginning, which I'm going to be covering for this quarter, the high level understanding of the entire process. Last quarter was super eye-opening to me as we were focusing on the structure of your private bank, as well as what you need to do to move your assets into your business trust or your foreign grantor trust. This week, I'm going to really go into the GSA forms. I'm going to go into more of the recordings of Patrick Devine. I want you guys to hear from him yourself on how he was able to discharge and get his remedy and his assets liquidated from his private securities. But just like always, when I restart our live courses into a new quarter, we have to start back at the very beginning. What is the story of how we all got here today? And for you to understand the story, you really need to know how the game is played. You see, when I first came into this movement, I knew that there was something wrong, something amiss, like so many of you. And I was like, okay, well, I want as my main purpose and goal to get remedy. And really, nothing else matters. So what's the quickest, shortest way for me to obtain remedy with the most limited amount of understanding? And woe and behold, I very quickly to find out is that there's a lot of things to know when achieving remedy and you're communicating with these other governmental entities. Patrick Devine also saw the same thing. He was developing over the course of 9 years his understanding about the system and what positions he needs to hold in order to operate fully in the private and to liquidate his accounts. When I am bringing up these topics, and especially this week, we're going to focus on the SF forms and to discharging. Actually, we have just started a new division as part of our step-by-step process for the Patrick Devine final process, all about discharging. And that group that I sit with and have discussions about, hey, what level of understanding does somebody need to know in order for them to get their remedy? This also is the same question that is brought up in many of my private consultations. Paul Michael, what is the key for me to get remedy right here today? And honestly, the quickest, shortest answer from all that I've been taught and read about from Patrick Devine that I personally believe is true is that you have to be able to defend anything that you send out. And that is a task within itself. The SF forms are something to know about, as well as the non-UCC, and as well as your foreign grantor trust. And as you see, as we're kind of continuing on this journey together, more information is building. That's why the necessity for a step-by-step process is so important. So before we go into hearing from Patrick Devine himself on how you get your remedy, a recording that has not been heard in 8 years, I want to revisit the vision of Creditor Academy and where I'm involved in my kind of personal processes, and where you're coming in as a new listener, if you're just new to our channel, sit in the whole vision of what we're trying to accomplish here. That's very different than other gurus. So, for starters, the overall mission and goal is not for you to need a PhD in this subject. When you're just coming into the truth movement, it's overwhelming the amount of information that you need to know. And it feels like you need to have a PhD scholarship in order for you to even get close to remedy. And I'm here to say that's just simply not true. And it's only not true because you need to look at the situation a little bit differently on what it is that we're trying to accomplish. We're not trying to accomplish knowledge, because knowledge is endless. What we're trying to do is to accomplish, how do I become an individual banker, and how do I manage my staff for my own personal affairs? It is it's such a voluminous task to try to learn everything an accountant knows, or a bank examiner knows, or a clerk knows, or a bounty hunter knows, or a private attorney general knows. But if you're able to know enough about their positions and how to manage them and keep them on their tasks, and be able to coordinate your team, that is the true liberation of remedy right there. I don't know if you guys have husbands or wives or girlfriends or anything like that, and also have a full-time job. But it's hard to balance family life, personal life, and also try to do this process all in between. We're so into the 9 to 5 every single day. It's hard to say, hey, wow, where can I carve out time to get a PhD level education? And I'm here to tell you, as someone who just really dives deep and really researches a lot, and has been through this process for a number of years, it is no easy task. So my question to myself, after watching the truth movement in general, how would I approach the truth movement in a different way to be more efficient, to more people, to get people's remedy a lot faster? And honestly, it's for me to teach you how to be an individual banker and manage your staff, rather than you learning about what each of your individual staff does for their job. That's the easiest way. So what we have done at Creditor Academy is we have set up a school for Patrick Devine's final process. Patrick Devine, specifically, I chose him as my personal leader in this truth movement, as well as many others have as well, is because he's been a renegade. He has been the one to find a lot of the missing pieces within the truth movement. To give you a little bit of history about Patrick Devine, let me scroll up here. Patrick Devine was a trailblazer in the field of private banking and financial sovereignty. Devine's relentless pursuit of knowledge and unwavering dedication culminated into the discovery, as I mentioned at the beginning of this program often, for the liberating individuals from the constraints of the monetary system. Over the course of his 9 years, I mean, he developed his own business. He had his own website. He was a military man by, his profession, and then he was a Series 7 broker. He went and dealt with securities. He dealt with plants. He was a businessman at his core, and he wanted liberation for himself, but also for all that took his wisdom. What he has done is he basically brought all the people along with these different processes into the truth movement, and he was the one that had many accomplishments that really helped a lot of gurus today. Devine was the first to unveil the significance of IRS forms such as the 1099A, the 1099B, the 1099C, and the 1099 OID, as well as the SS4 form for the foreign grantor trust. And of course, as we're covering very deeply, the GSA forms SF30, 1414, 1415, 1416, 1418, and the 1047. And he's also brought to light the emphasized crucial role of the performance and the payment bonds as surety fidelity bonds, and elucidated the process of establishing a UCC contract trust. Moreover, Devine comprehensively understood the operation of the Treasury system in its private capacity. He successfully operated his own private bank, assuming the roles such as individual banker, banking examiner, bounty hunter, private attorney general, attorney-in-fact, postmaster, executive officer, commissioner, guarantor, trustee, and many other titles of authority. In many ways, Patrick Devine can be likened to the John Wick of our generation, relentless in his pursuit of freedom for himself and all who sought his wisdom. His legacy lives on, inspiring individuals worldwide to break free from the financial constraints and take control of their own destinies. This is really the mission statement of Creditor Academy, to educate you in his final process that so many were able to get that same freedom. And I'm here to tell you, you do not need to know everything about every process. You need to know how to manage your employees to complete the work for you. At the overall, after your education has been complete, we have a lot of professors working on different projects for the final process. You'll be met at the very end. You'll say, Paul Michael, I am an individual banker. I did all of my UCC contract trust establishments. I learned the teachings of Patrick Devine in this way. I really gained a huge knowledge, but where do I go from here? How do I hire employees? How am I going to give direction to them and have policies and procedures put in place for them to have a framework of operation? And I'm here to tell you that is my #1 purpose. Education. I've educated myself through Patrick Devine. I've given you all for free the final process files of Patrick Devine to read yourself. They've even been further organized by our organization as well, and all the great volunteers and listeners like you. So you can already find all of this information and skip ahead really quickly. It's quite a bit of files to go over, no doubt, but it is doable. I have done it myself. But really, my end goal is to have my legal team write the policies and procedures for your private bank, and to have the recruiting and staffing and training in order for those employees. So then when you come on to the other end as an individual banker, we can sit down across the table from one another and we can say, what are your personal passions? Some people are in real estate. Some people want to build new schools. Some people want to advance the education of this privatized operations. And some people just kind of want to choose something that's fun, kind of relievement into cars, vehicles, or whatnot. Those are all subjects of interest that I'm personally interested in as well. And as the many business ventures that I have for my life, I cannot accomplish all of them unless I do business deals with other individual bankers. It is my goal and mission to create a one network system of individual bankers on a platform that I'm creating, in order for us to all operate together in the private. This is no easy task to put together, but this is how we restore the Republic of Operation for Patrick Devine in a much bigger way. We are involved with 4 other countries in this assignment, as we are also trying to give other countries remedy and move our processes to Germany, to Australia, to Canada, to Denmark, to the Netherlands, and so many more, actually. It's actually increased much more than 4 now. And that takes a team effort to do it. I am wanting everybody to have this information at a most cost-effective way as possible. The way to get all of our training, all of the step-by-step process, absolutely free without anything out of your pocket, is to come join us at Creditor Academy and volunteer your time for the serious projects we're involved with. Many of you have come to this space and have made such great friends and relationships, and I really do want to encourage that. And so many of you are working on your personal processes with other groups and are trying to put the puzzle pieces together. I'm here to tell you that if you're wanting to join Creditor Academy, we are doing that same exact thing at a PhD professional level. Our focus on getting remedy and completing the final process of Patrick Devine and becoming that sought-after individual banker and having the structure by which we can operate is our #1 goal that we wake up every day to put our max effort into. We hope that you join us on that journey. But if you want to sit back and kind of wait and have us unveil it when everything is ready, you're more than free to do so. And we will be successful in the very end. I'm very determined to make a difference in this community in a whole new way. Right now, our focus on our new group that we're looking to get recruits for is the discharging. We have a good group right now. They have so much success. I look at their paperwork. I'm like, yep, this is how you're supposed to do it. This is how you deal with bills of exchanges. This is how you do discharging with the SF forms. And all of this is just all coming together at such a great pace. We would love for you to join us in contributing to that as well as all the other positions we have here at Creditor Academy. So without more further ado, I didn't want to take too much time today for the introduction of today's first class and for the 4th quarter of Creditor Academy. We're going to listen to Patrick Devine and what he has to say about his final process and the SF forms. After that, then we'll have a little discussion, and then I will take questions as per usual. All right, let's see.
Yeah, they have to catch up. Does anybody have any questions about the policy?
I got a question.
Okay.
On the SF30, the contract ID code, you've got it all X'd out. What goes up there?
How many X's are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so that's going to be our lien number.
Well, that is your certificate of live birth number.
Oh, the COL. Okay. Thank you.
See what it says? What was the example for? Certificate of live birth. Now, when you do one for the Social Security, for the SSN, you'd put the Social Security number there. Okay. If you're going to do something else, basically like your driver's license, you put your driver's license number there.
Got it.
You can use these things for anything out here. Court case. Basically, most court cases, they're going after your driver's license.
Right.
That's what they're charging, because they're state courts, and the one the state can charge, and all these courts are contractor courts. They're courts for the contractor. The state of Iowa or whatever is the contractor. You are basically the owner of the contract. Okay, and that's why you have the power to change the contract. And that's what the 30 is doing. You're going to modify the contract to where you want it to go not where they're trying to make it go. They're trying to control you with that contract, that you own the contract. They're the servant. Okay? There is Truman, that little communist traitor that he was. He set up the GAS system in 1949, the year after they changed and modified the birth certificate numbering system so that they could use it in their commercial contracting systems. Social Security wasn't around, but they were building onto it in the process. Most of the country didn't get under the Social Security until in the late 50s or early 60s. Okay? Selective service was not in place. They brought it in afterwards to bring in the military complex in under Eisenhower in the damn system so that they can control military expenditures for the corporate bankers. Don't make this more complicated than it is. Throw all that other garbage out that you've ever heard in the past, all the way back from the Treaty of Paris to all this other garbage out there that the King of England owns the damn treasury of this country. That's total bullshit. Okay? He owned assets that belonged to the colonies, okay? But the colonies did not own the national treasury of the country. That was still controlled by the Cherokee Nation, because it was the Cherokee Nation that basically gave the $80,000 that allowed the purchase of Louisiana, or the Louisiana Purchase. There's a lot more to history than basically most of you, these experts out here, have ever heard of. But they're so God Almighty know-it-alls in the damn process. Don't even understand how the damn communist system out here has been operated for years.
What you doing down this way?
All of our contracts are non-construction contracts. In other words, we're not building anything essentially with them, but they are still operated in the form of construction contracts, in that they have to have a performance and a payment bond. But they're not like building a house or a skyscraper or basically a car or anything like that. It's all monetary contracts. Okay? So you basically, we are the ones that control those contracts. When we gave our signature, we basically allowed the setting up of the surety, the bond person, in our name to be the surety. But these communist shitheads out here, banker rip-off artists, we were supposed to be the owner and the principal assured in the process. But see, they've modified the contracts in the background, and that's why all these people are in prison, is because they're being held as the principal surety. All those people had to do was assign the surety over to the bonds, and they had to be released. Because we're supposed to be the assured. We have to live by the commandments. The initial 10, and now the American 15. The 16th through the 27th commandments are commercial commandments. They're not valid American commandments. We're the federal government in this country. The president, the governors, the senators, the congressmen, all those people down there, they're the national government. The federal government, we the people stand over them. And they're not supposed to violate the commandments. But why do you see no commandments on the walls? You should have a set of the 10 commandments on one side of the wall in the courtroom, and basically the 15 commandments on the other side of the wall. There is nothing about God in this. It's about the spirit of America. That's the God that basically is in charge of those commandments. Your spirit is the God. There's no hocus pocus, anything else out there. It's the universe. And your spirit is part of the universal harmonic system out here. They don't want to have those commandments in the courtroom because these commercial courts are violating every commandment out there. They can't even comply with the original constitutions. I said that. Especially Amendment 1 or Article 1, Section 10. But you have the hammer now. When you see the power, and basically people have gone into court and put that SF-30 in place and shut the thing down. It's not the OP-90 and 91. It's not the SF-25 or 25A. Those are commercial contract performance and payment bonds. We use the SF-14 for the surety. We the living are over our bond person. That's the way I try to write the example up there for you. And then basically the SF-1416 is the payment, the payment bond for you to go in and get an adjustment for your labor. Right now, you're getting paid peanuts in labor value. You go out there and work an hour, basically you're not getting an hour's worth of pay. Most of your pay is going into the bond side of that payment bond. The performance contract or payment or performance bond is the SF-1418 form. Your utility bills, your traffic tickets, anything like that goes against the performance of the contract bond. To be set off there. Taxes will come out of that one. And then basically you can modify this, the whole thing, and liquidate them per UCC section 2A-505.
I think we got stuck again, and we must be on the half hour, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
6:30.
3:30. Oh wow.
Amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
At least it's consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far.
Every time.
Ridiculous.
It doesn't matter what guru, they all are in there to stop it.
Yeah.
Fighting against the beast.
Yeah.
And then if you notice, we get on that back and listen to it, and certain parts that sound real interesting, it'll go blank,
Right.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
I wish he would just get it on that other place and just keep it on there and stay off of YouTube, because this is like, wow, information here going out to everybody around there.
Yeah, because they listening. They don't want us to. They don't want us to know. Get us all frustrated.
Just wanted to reiterate, if anybody wants to listen to that call, it's the July 17th, 2016 call, labeled non-UCC and GSA in the 2016 folder of the PAT documents. You can listen to the whole thing there. It's all really, anything from that point and on is really, really informative on exactly what we're talking about right now.
You posted it?
I did already, brother. It's here. I'll just repaste it.
Oh, I see it. Thanks, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I have a question. Did anybody have any problems with a TDA account? I tried to open up mine, and they called me. They sent me an email and said that I was permanently blocked because I was trying to do something illegal, and I did not do anything. Has anybody ever ran into this?
They did that to me. Don't worry about it. They told me I'll never get one and all of that for no reason. So I don't know
What?
Yeah,
even if you guys do like the 5444, like the authorization form and everything, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
No,
I had to do the 544, and I went and got myself the
medallion stamp.
I got it at Navy Federal Credit Union. No problem. They gave it to me easy peasy.
I did all of that.
That's really weird that they just said. Did you even transfer anything into there at all, or?
Nope. They said I committed fraud, and the account wasn't even open yet. I was like, then how did I commit fraud? And they hung up.
All right. Well, it's not
That's crazy, bro.
It's not a Creditor Academy class unless I get disconnected at least once. All right. We will leave it where I left off.
In 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Great. Sure.
No, I don't think we were 30 minutes into that call, though.
Well, we're about to find out.
They better bring the contract. So we can go in and terminate all these contracts, liquidate them, take the funds away from the corporation, the contractor, because the contractor has been getting all his brothers and sister-in-laws and everything else in to come and rip off our damn construction funds. That's what the courts are doing. Nowhere in the 15 American Commandments does it say you have to be controlled driving a vehicle in this country. You gotta know who in the hell you are and start operating that way. You want extra funds out of your Social Security account, you can go in and modify that Social Security account contract. Say, hey, I want some Social Security payments out of that compensation right now. And I'm only 55 years old. I don't have to wait until I'm 67 or 62 or whatever. Put the charge in. Send the SF30, the 1414 and 1416 into the Social Security Administration. Tell them if they don't comply, you will bring in the Contractor Investigative Division into the process, the CID. This is what the CID has been waiting for us in all the 39 and 49A forms that we've been submitting. We had to show them the contract modification, how we modify it, and how these guys are violating our modification order. It ain't that hard to figure out. Play with the forms. Read the damn things. And be leery about the lies that are in there. Trying to say that both the principal and the bond person are the surety for this contract. That's bullshit. We're supposed to be the obligee, not the obligor. We have the power in the process using the 1418 form. We're doing a charge off. Using the 1416 form, it's a charge back. We're charging that contract back for our labor because they have taken about 90% of our labor and put it into the bond side of that contract. 1969, one silver dollar equaled one Federal Reserve dollar. Today, one silver dollar equals 17 Federal Reserve dollars. How much are you really getting paid? Most of your pay is going over into this bond. That's why you have to go after the payment bond to get your labor, your true labor assets back. You charge back. You can look up those two definitions in the dictionary. So you have to be able to read between the lines when you look at some of these definitions. I told you that for years. I want to thank the persons that she sent these things, these items to me. They sent me a bunch of other SS forms, but I looked those over and I said, no, we don't need those. We only need these simple ones. I was already looking at the performance and the payment bonds in the process when I was going in under the bills of credit and the bills of debt scenario. But this is where we now can put the hammer down, showing that we are the contract owner. The fictions can't own anything. The contractor can't own anything. State of Iowa, United States, Hillary Clinton, she don't own shit. She's just a damn thief. And most of these people out there in politics, 99.99% of them, there may be one or two good guys out there, but they've all been polluted by getting kickbacks into a retirement program that was never under the Constitution, never under the commandments of the country, that they were supposed to have a retirement. They were supposed to work and set up their own estate. The national treasury of the country was there for the disposal of the people from day one, to pay a debt, to borrow from, if needed. If able to pay it back, pay it back. The amendment that changed and gave the people the right to vote for the senators, that was a violation of the original Constitution and the commandments. the 15 commandments that violated the rights of the state, the sovereignty of the state, republic. The two senators were really supposed to be working for the republic state sovereignty, okay, in the process. The congressmen are supposed to be working for the sovereignty of the people. And right now, we know who in the hell the damn president's working for. They're working for their own damn back pockets. The commercial bankers. The last 100 years, there's only been one president that tried to act like an honest president, and that was JFK, and it killed him. He was trying to look out for the rights of the people. None of these other presidents have ever really done that. Reagan was just a figurehead, a puppet for George W. Bush, the banker, fraudulent communist, Hitler protege banker. All right. This call and all the information that I put out on this call is not for basically trying to tell you about the history of what has gone on fraudulently, all the people and everything else that have been killed. That's not really what I'm here to try and explain to you. I'm trying to show to you that everything all the way back to Cain and Abel has been about commercial banking or just banking. Everything involves around banking and banking contracts. There isn't one thing in that Bible that does not refer to that in some form or another. So many of these damn treaties have been fraudulently passed. Yeah, some people may go over there and be a representative to the treaty and sign on to it over there, but then lo and behold, later on, you find out that the treaty was completely changed in the process. Just like the Treaty of Paris was. It was fraudulent changed. Our representatives were hoodwinked into the damn scenario. The representative can't be the one to sign up on the treaty anyway. It has to come back and be approved by Congress. At least here in this country, that's the way it's supposed to do. Same thing was supposed to be done over in England with the House of Lords or House of Commons. I can't remember which one's supposed to have the power. The king doesn't have the power to basically do everything for the damn country. The Magna Carta took that away from him. President shithead Obama doesn't have the power to put us into any harm's way. He's only a commercial banker. These commercial courts do not really have any authority over an American federal government citizen. Or
Think it's frozen.
That's why I haven't heard anything on those 3 warrants that I basically issued out against the county attorney, the magistrate judge, and the district judge. Because they ain't going to do anything, because basically they would also, those judges could bring them into complicity also because they're on the take. But they're not going to do anything to me because they don't want to take this into a court action, an Article 3 court action. See, you've got to know where your power is and how to handle it and how to exert it. Most of you people that have degrees and everything else, you could take them and shove them right up your ass. Because that's all that they are. They're just a damn piece of ass white paper. You got dumbed down more than you did anything else. You can't even read some of these damn documents. You only got the degree because you did what you were told to do. You didn't really learn anything. You followed the pack. You didn't have any common sense to think outside the box, to go and do your own thing. I was told way back when I was in junior college, and then I dropped out after that. But basically, I was told that basically contractors, corporate people came out. They were really looking for the C students, more so than anybody else, because they knew that they were the survivors. They weren't out there to try and be the glory people and go on down the road. They were the ones that basically had the common sense to do the work and get the work done. And that was from an old-time contractor that basically was out there looking for hire-ons. He didn't want the A and the B students. He knew that most of them were already controlled. Their minds were polluted. Because they really didn't think outside the box. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm getting tired of sitting down and hand feeding some people that claim, well, I can't understand this. Well, you got 5 damn degrees. Why can't you understand it? Didn't you ever learn how to read? Think? No, they didn't. They only knew how to follow the leaders and basically do what they were told to do. That's why this country is not the great country it is, because most of the people that have gone to these colleges, they have literally just gone along with the bankers. Most of the damn buildings and everything in this country are banks, are insurance companies, corporate buildings for lawyers, for attorneys, whatever. Non-production processes. And a few companies like basically Microsoft, that basically that turned out to be a rip-off country or company, ripping off the young minds, all for the corporate profits of the bankers. Bill Gates just turned out to be one of the guys at the head of the pack, getting certain benefits that the bankers would allow him to have. But everything there was still on paper. is a paper empire. Debts and credits. Not one that's founded upon substance, real substance.
A house of cards.
Yes, basically that's what I've been saying. When you sit back and look at all this stuff, then you can start breaking this process down, and it's not that hard to see.
Some of us see it, Patrick.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them that don't see it. That's the problem.
I know. I agree. I don't know what it's going to take for people to understand what Patrick is saying.
Well, there's two things, okay? I was thinking about this earlier. Basically, if people can't handle reading these simple documents, trying to figure them out easily, looking at the words, understanding that you are the owner of America, that corporations can't own anything, and fiction can't own nothing, okay? Only the living has the right of control in this world.
Yeah.
We have the power over on the land as basically under our birth record, whether it's in the Bible or whether it's a hospital birth certificate. We have the power over the commercial banking system on the seas of commerce by our baptismal certificate. Both of those documents show that you are the living person. Therefore, you are the owner. You have the power of ownership. And that goes all the way back to the very beginning of the Bible. I give you dominion over the earth. Didn't say I give the dominion over the earth to the bankers, to the attorneys, to all these fraudulent bullshit artists. It's we the people. Every one of the constitutions in this country, state or federal, or national, I mean, starts off with we the people. And we are the federal government people. We are the federated government of this country, as called out in the Articles of Confederation. Read the definition in Anderson's dictionary about federal. I posted that up on some documents. It clearly identifies it right there. You guys can turn around and put all the bullshit statements you want in about the codes of law and everything else in there and basically destroy the simplicity of this if you want to. But you're fucking idiots.
Article 1, Section 10.
No, I'm talking about some of this other shit that people go in and use the codes of law in trying to explain how they have a certain right. The codes of law don't apply to us. The codes of law are to be enforced against the commercial corporations.
Okay.
They have to comply with those. That UCC 2A-505, that is the commercial corporation. They have to comply with that. If we, the people, come in and say, we cancel this contract, then that fucking contract is canceled. But we have to use the damn SF-30 form in the process to process the cancellation of that contract.
Okay. I'm looking at that right now.
Are you still using 15 USC 1 and 2?
They will be enforced against them in the process when we go to the contractors, to the contractor investigative division.
So
that will be the charges that they can bring against them for the harm caused.
Basically, so you're not really using it as a defense.
No,
you're basically
we're using it as a tool against them that they are violating their own laws.
Correct.
Those laws are not ours.
Correct. Notice.
So that form, Patrick, is for the IRS Technical Support Division to send it to the IRS UCC Contract Trust.
For the federal contracts, for the state contracts, you go to your state treasurer or comptroller, or if need be, go to your attorney general's office.
All right, gotcha.
But in some cases, like your mortgage and everything else, you send it back to the bank. If they don't set it off, when you give them the SF30, the 14, the 1416, the 1419, and liquidate and give you all the assets back, then you turn around and file your claim in to either the Federal Banking Commission or to the state bank. Treasury Department should have the jurisdiction over both of them. Not the Department of the Treasury. The Department of the Treasury is one of the contractors in the process. The Treasury Department is not a contractor.
That's the de jure Treasury.
That's the de jure. That's the national government. What?
I have a question, Patrick. So I sent out my bill of credit and they didn't respond within the 3 days. So this would be the.
You need to follow this up and put these forms in, and basically you can take your utility bill, you turn around and you modify, and in the modification you set to do a charge off using the 1418, the performance bond, with the bill, and then you modify the contract with the SF30 and say you are hereby ordered to basically process all further bills of credit from the performance bond out here, not against me as the owner.
So you do these with each one of those contractors that won't comply, right?
Well, you have to go back and basically do this and put these forms in. This is what's not why they're not complying, because they haven't been under the gun to comply. You haven't broken the presumption that you're the owner and not the principal surety.
Right. Okay.
Surety. Okay.
Yeah.
You are the principal surety and not the principal surety. Okay? Two different words, two different meanings. But we're the owner. If you stick strictly to that and say, hey, I'm the principal owner, and basically I'm a federal government citizen, because the federal government, we the people, own this damn country. We own all the assets that come up out of the ground, not the government. The government is nothing but a service organization. They work for us. We don't work for them.
Oh man, this is clear. I got you. Okay.
And Patrick, so are these GSA forms then are the actual instrument that they can use to set it off? Is that right?
Yes. This is what's gotten people out of prison. This is what people have shut court cases down with. This is what people have used to go in with traffic tickets. This is what I was missing going in on my traffic tickets, was these two are these forms and shoving them up that damn contractor's butt.
So these were the forms we weren't using.
Yeah, Patrick, I wanted to bring something else to everyone's attention and get your opinion on it too. The templates and the examples that you showed, they've got the OMB numbers, which expired July 31st, 2016. So I know that they update those on the GSA website, you know, when that cycle is done. But if people are using those now, I think they need to get them out.
That's only for the performance and the payment bond. There is no OMB number on the security or on the SF30 form.
Right, and I'm looking at it right now. There's no OMB on these. These are, aren't these GSA forms? There's no OMB on these.
On those two forms, on the 1414 or the 14 or the SF30 form, there's no OMB number on it. It should tell you something right there.
I was going to say, I just at the same time, because they're not recycling it. They're not doing it again.
There should be no OMB numbers on any of those GSA forms.
Those are really owners' forms. Okay? We own those forms.
If we're to file these forms into a court case for, you know, an ongoing matter,
why should you file it in a court case? You basically drop this off the court's office, and you're a done deal.
Okay.
Okay? See, you're not the principal surety. You're coming in and saying, hey, take the charge against the bond person. That's who you're calling in the court, is the bond person. Unless you caused harm or damage and violated one of the commandments, and then that commercial court doesn't have control over you anyway. It's got to be a we the people's court at that point in time. It can't be the state of shit place out here holding court over you. That's only a banking court working for the banking contractor. And the only one that they can lawfully bring in the court is the bond. You put your SF30 in and say, you do this. Now, do people understand that simple phrase? You do this. You don't have any legal room.
Can you mention the forms again?
Huh?
SF30.
SF30 and the SF1414, to where you break the presumption that you are the surety. You're the owner.
Right.
The bond person is the surety.
It's clear cut, man. There's no way you can mess this up.
You won't have to do any.
No, it's so fucking simple. That's the thing. That most of these damn educated idiots out here try to make it fucking more complicated than it is. That's too fucking simple. I've got to fucking write a damn dissertation or a thesis on the damn thing before they'll believe it. That's bullshit. That's the fucking college mentality of people out here. Write a damn 100-page document in the fucking court and not get anywhere. But two simple little documents. 2 pages. That's it. 2 fucking pages. A lot of that, you have your driver's license. Basically, you get tired of basically having them haul you in there. Basically, you do the SF30, the 1414, the 1416. Put down for $11.2 million on there. On the performance and basically also on the payment bond. One, the 1416, the 1418. Put those down onto your SF30 and say, hey, I want these liquidated. Cash these. I'm canceling these contracts. They're to be terminated and liquidated, and the remaining profits, as identified in UCC Section 2A 505, all the remaining assets out of those bonds are to be returned to the owner, to the one who files the claim. You.
That's scary accurate, man. That's right on. That's spot on.
Yeah, it's real simple to read.
I'm looking right at it as you're talking about it.
I just can't believe that basically this information hasn't been put out there in a more of a general process to people out here.
Well, I know about the GSA stuff, but I haven't seen these.
Yeah, you were looking at the 25 and 25A and the 90 and the 28 and all these other ones that are basically the construction contracts.
Right.
These are non-construction. These are the banking ones that we were missing.
Thanks a lot, Patrick. Appreciate you, man.
No, basically somebody sent them to me and I started re-looking at these things and I said, shit, here, I can see because I was just already going over the information previously about the CC contracts that somebody also had given me a heads up on the non-UCC, and I started looking at that.
Light bulbs are on all over the place.
Yeah, and I can't understand why, if some of these people had this out here, where did they get it from, and why didn't the people that had it before them put that information out there to the people? Well, I just heard about another damn seminar that one of the guys called me up. Yeah, he went down there $500 or $600 for a weekend or whatever to go to a damn seminar and basically didn't learn shit out of it.
Patrick, can I ask you a question about the letter that's inside the new folder? It's to the UCC Contract Trust Division. Do we need to send those forms if we did our non-UCC package?
Yes, you send.
Okay.
You send your
Patrick.
Social Security card, your DD-13, your certificate of liability. Those are national documents. Okay, national contracts. They have to go into a treasury, and that is really the Treasury Department, UCC Contract Trust Division, that is standing over the Department of the Treasury, as the Department of Treasury is the main contractor that the Social Security Administration works under, and basically that the Bureau of Vital Statistics and the Department of Interior and all these other fraudulent contractors work under, is under the Department of the Treasury. The Department of the Treasury is the contractor for the Treasury in this country. And it was set up under Alexander Trader Hamilton back in 17.
Hey, it's not playing.
I've done it again.
On it too.
Patrick, I noticed that you have the contract start date about 3 months after your birthday. So we're doing it when the
that was the date that my certificate of live birth was registered by the registrar. Okay, 3 months afterwards. Normally, it's on your 1 year anniversary. 9 months in the hopper, and then 3 months out of the hopper. And that is a royal requirement. 1 year of age. You do not get your inheritance until you are 1 year of age. That's a royal decree.
Okay.
Patrick, some of the newer birth certificates are being registered sometimes within a week or two of the actual birth event.
I know. They're doing it fraudulently. They're not following the laws. See, I was born in 49 before they modified the damn thing and brought in the damn GSA system.
So then we should put the registration date.
You put down whatever's on the contract, on the certificate of live birth, okay?
Okay.
Don't go trying to weasel word and screw it up. Put down what is okay? Can you handle that? Can you follow?
I'm just, that's all.
Okay. You women ain't any better than the men in following instructions. They're really screwed up. They were out there in model planes, everything else, and never following the instructions on how to put the damn thing together. Missing parts. Oh, that's close. It looks neat. They see it's missing parts. The whole part sitting there. Because they didn't follow the instructions.
Right.
So Patrick, I have
to start over again.
And that's the same way a lot of cooks are in the kitchen. They miss an ingredient and put the damn thing on the.
You didn't make it right. You didn't follow the recipe.
Yeah.
so Patrick for you.
Okay.
I that on the certificate of birth you have there. Can you clarify that for me and help me out with that?
It's whatever your registry number is, okay? Some states, if you were born before 19, okay, you had a different. Okay. If you were born in Pennsylvania, if you were born in Massachusetts, you have in some cases a 7-digit. Okay. Now some were born after. They only put the last 8 digits, 2 digits for your year of birth, and basically 6 digits behind the district code number, 113 or 114 or 25 or in front of that. Okay.
Doing the same thing to him, breaking it up.
I think it's still the stream because he's streaming from, through Paul Michael's,
Yeah, I understand. I just see that they doing him the same way they doing Paul.
Yo, we could
Patrick
listen to this for the
sounds
next
great.
month.
I like Patrick's no nonsense attitude. It's great.
It
is pretty great.
Man. I love that.
All right,
So we
continuing.
he goes
the
off in
register
some of the
number.
calls.
Yep. All right, go ahead and mute again.
Okay, mine
Here we
has
go.
a birth number and a file, local file number. That's it. I was born in 1958.
Okay, it should be an 11-digit number. What state were you born in?
In Michigan.
Okay, it should be an 11-digit number.
No, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't have it on here.
Do you have, when you went and got your birth certificate on bonded note paper, did you request one for your private records?
No, I just have the regular,
That's the problem with a lot of people out here. The one that you're getting in some cases will not have the registration number on there because that is a contract number, and they don't want that contract number out there to the general population of the world. That's a private contract number.
okay.
Yeah, so you have to find out what your registration number, your real registration number is, and then you can go down to the county you were born in and go into the recorder's office and get that from them. It's recorded into the book, the record book. You have a right to see that record book.
Okay.
I've gone in and looked at mine in the record book. They have to cover up the other two people that are on that page so that I don't see their record, that I can see exactly what my record says in the book. Why? Because I'm an owner. Because that record belongs to me.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got to go.
See, that's the problem that people don't understand. Is what power do you have?
Right. So I'm all the way. If I'm in Georgia, can I call, or I'll probably have to go in, and because they're not going to give it to me over the phone.
Look at what the forms say, okay? And you put down reason why you need this. I need a full copy for my private records. That's the reason why you want it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And then get that sent off to them.
Okay.
Can I ask
a question?
Thank
you. On your, you said you were born in Michigan?
Yes.
Is there a number 121 on your?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's your state a live birth area code. So it would be 121, and then whatever numbers after that are your actual certificate of live birth number. Like I'm from New Jersey, so in New Jersey it says 129 dash, and then there's 6 numbers after that. So mine is actually 9 numbers.
Well, you're missing the year of your birth in there.
Yeah, because mine is Texas, and it has the year of the birth. It has the actual full 11 numbers.
Yes, it should be the 3-digit district code number.
Yeah.
The same thing goes for the selective service number. The selective service numbers were supposed to be a 3-digit number starting off. Okay? For the certificate of live birth, it was 3 digits. The last 2 digits of the year of your birth. Okay? Not 1949, but
49.
49. Then,
okay.
Not again.
Not sure that it's working, Paul. We lost them.
He's probably just restarting. You'll be back.
Have you guys had success getting your actual birth certificate number?
Yes. They didn't want to give it to me at the county either. I went in there asking for it. They're like, we don't have that. That's a state thing. And I told them, because I listened to one of Pat's audios where he explains it again. I said, I know you guys have it. I know you have it recorded here, and it's my right to have that. And the clerk went to go talk to her manager for like 5 minutes and came back with a freshly printed birth certificate that had the number on there. And they're like, we were able to get it for you. Here you go.
Wow.
Like, if they tell you no, don't take that answer. Like,
you went to
What's your filing number, right?
I went, yeah, state file number. In California, it's called the state file number. But yeah, I went to my county reporter where I was born.
Mine.
Yeah, 999,999. So it's less than 1 million. Okay. So basically, since having 2 districts, they would have to have 2 million first in this country, in the state of Iowa. They barely got 3 million total people in the state. So they know damn well that they ain't going to run over numbers. Because the next year is going to be 50. The 3 digits and then a 50. And then new numbers behind it. Okay, there ain't going to be 1 million people born in the state of Iowa in this district. Okay. So see, that's how the numbering system works. Think about these numbers logically. Okay? Now, on a death certificate, they modify it, and what do? They change it into a 13-digit number. Instead of 49, it now becomes 2016. Oh, yeah.
Patrick Devine.
They just put it into a different category in the process on a death certificate.
Wow, Patrick. Wow. Patrick, can you collect on a death certificate?
Huh?
Can you collect on a death certificate?
Yes, it's still a contract.
It's a contract.
And you come in with the authority, having the power of attorney or whatever, guardian over that death certificate contract. Wow. So you have to use the SF-30, the surety claim form, and basically the 1416 and the 1418 to terminate these non-construction contracts. They're banking contracts. You're going in and getting the assets out of that bank account that your father just died. Okay? You're going to claim his bank account. That's all there is to it.
Can you say the forms again?
The ones that I've been talking about all night long. The SF-30. The SF-1414. That's the surety forms. Okay? And then the SF-1416. That's the performance or the payment bond. Non-construction contract payment bond. And then the 1418 form is the non-construction performance bond.
Hey, Patrick, if we already sent in our non-UCC to DC, we just need to send these forms along with it.
You need to basically do an update, and I would reference and send a copy of all those back in.
Okay.
Patrick, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, because I hear you talking about this. And okay, I was born in '56, and in 2010, I had a legal name change. I wish I hadn't now. It was total name change, not married, just total name change. And it's on the birth certificate. I have a copy of the original. I have a copy of the one actually after the name change with the legal name change on there too. So I had copies of both of those, and I've been referencing them, and I also use my legal name change document. My question is that on the original birth certificate, they had the 2-year in the middle, but after the name change, they made it into a 4-year. I mean, a 4-digit. Okay, for the entire year. And my question is, at that time, did they create another contract at UCC Trust from the different name, or is it? And that's what my confusion is. Or is it still considered the same? Because they tell me my original birth certificate. They don't know that I have an original copy of it anyway. But they told me that in the vault, still vault. And nobody can. They said nobody can get a hold of it. They said even you.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Okay. You take that all in and send it all into the UCC Contract Trust Division and let them fucking straighten it out. See, people can screw anything up, and basically, you think you're doing something, and basically that's like half these people out here, especially these Moors and everything else, going out and trying to change their damn name and go over there. They're just fucking the system up. They ain't coming out of it. They're harming themselves. They're being controlled by somebody else, believing what this other person told them to do.
Hey, Patrick, do we need to open the Treasury direct account that I've seen referenced on the paperwork, or do we wait?
Just get your stuff in there and they'll tell you what you need to do, okay? You'll probably get a different account, not with the... See, the Treasury Direct is under the Department of the Treasury. You want under the Treasury Department.
Okay, you just answered my question too. I got you. So we just basically be sending it back in, just reference, resend everything back in, update it, and then just go from there.
So send they'll do it for you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, the guy who asked me about my birth certificate and told me my number was 121. So can you answer a question for me? So if I have the 121 and then my year 58, would I put this digit number that's in red behind it? Is that the number, the whole total number? Because if that's the case, those are all the numbers.
Right now.
That would be 11 numbers. The 11 numbers there.
That's right. I mean, that's what I did. They're asking for the contract number. That's the number on the contract.
Right. So I got the 121 and the 58, the year that I was born. That's 5, and then plus the 6 numbers.
That's 11. That's 11.
No. Yeah,
put it in that way and ask the Treasury UCT Contract Trust Division to see if this is the right number. You're going to send them the copy of that birth certificate anyway.
Got it.
Okay.
All right, got it. Thank you. I just needed clarity. Okay, now I know it. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Once again, Patrick, I want to thank you for all your knowledge that you are sharing with us so freely.
You don't have much knowledge, okay? Everything that I'm doing is just common sense, okay?
Well, some of us, you're helping some of us awaken some of our common sense, all right? How about that? How about that?
I mean, you got an old junker. Go buy an old junker for $500. Turn around and get the certificate of title on it, and then cash that thing in, because that's still under the original contract. Payments of performance bond, and the initial deposit was transferred over from Ford Motor Company or whoever, and basically they turned around and wrote bonds against that, using that value, that initial payment, because you never claimed those credits from the construction of that vehicle. So basically now they have bonds there that are accruing additional credits, and you can cash those in using the SF30, the 1414, the 1416, the 1418. Send those into the treasurer. Say, I want this contract liquidated. If not, I will inform the contractor investigative division. And they will get off their ass and do something because they're scared to death of the contractor investigative division, the CID. So you call them that, not the criminal investigative division, the contractor investigative division.
CID.
Does anyone have suggestions on how to deal with student loan debt?
Same thing.
Same way.
You take your damn student loan. Look at the loan number. It's probably a 9-digit number. You turn around and you put the claim in against it and send it off to the Student Loan Association or whoever.
The Department of Education usually.
Okay.
Where are you getting your bill from? That's who you send it to, the CFO of that bill collector. Third-party debt collectors, they have no standing in this process. You go back to the original contractor that you had. You have not signed any new contract with a fraudulent attorney debt collecting outfit. They're just in there trying to collect extra money so that they can put a service charge in against your account also. They're double dipping. In some cases, some of these guys are triple dipping.
Yeah, they're gravy training. It's just all gravy.
That's why I addressed basically the fraud that basically these contractors are doing in the letter that I had up there. And also that warrant that I put up for the arrest of these bonds and these contracts. And that's essentially what we're doing when we fill out the 30 and the 1414, the 1416, the 1418. We're ordering the arrest of that contract.
Oh my goodness, all these people that are in foreclosure and all this other crap, they should be able to close that stuff out.
Yes. The bankers have been getting away with murder. They've been violating all, basically the first 10 commandments, but they're also violating the second 15.
Wow.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Actually, two of them. The first question is when the young lady sends the information to the student loan company, can you also CC the CID as well, so they'll know that you already sent something, kind of like ratting them out?
No, I would wait until basically you send that in. Basically, you get that in there with these forms, and they will comply within 3 days. If they don't comply within 3 days, now this is a commercial banking transaction under this SF-30 form. You just modified that contract.
Oh, right, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, if they don't give you a response back within 30 days or 3 days, then you turn around and you go to the CID. You take a copy of these forms that you gave. Now you have your supportive information to the CID so that they could come down upon this shitting contractor.
I got it.
So, Patrick, is this like a contract novation? You're just changing the whole contract?
It's just a contract modification, okay? Don't try and use fucking fancy words with me. Okay? You get a fucking country boy from Iowa here, okay?
All right.
Keep your fucking English words to yourself. All right.
Hold on. The second question was, real quickly, on the language on the endorsement, obviously that has to be changed to non-construction. I got a question.
Wait until this other guy gets finished asking his question first, okay? Go ahead and finish asking your question.
The endorsement that the endorsement that we're writing on the back of the instrument or on a separate page, the language in there Shouldn't that be changed to non-construction? Because right now it just says construction contract.
Yes, I would change it to non-construction on those. Okay.
All right.
Modify it to the appropriate terminology. I had it wrong when I put those in but basically they're still being operated as a construction contract, but it's monetary construction, but it's not a construction contract. And see, that's what I didn't see because I didn't have these 14, 16, and 18 forms showing the difference between the construction contract and the non-construction contracts. They're still being operated as a contract that is doing something, okay, a performance in the process, and then also ripping off our labor in the process too. And then hoodwinking us to becoming the surety when we're supposed to be the assured.
Did you ever get your truck?
No, because I haven't got the SF-30 and the other forms in there yet. Okay?
Patrick,
there had to be a reason why things didn't happen as fast as what we thought. Okay? We were missing these forms. That's the bottom line. Now, I've had people call me up and tell me that basically the 30 form is getting people out of jail, closing down traffic tickets, you name it. Because it's now properly identified and you're modifying the contract to say, hey, you can't come after me. I'm the owner. You have to go after the bonded person. He's the surety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I got you.
Stay out of court. You never have to go into court with these things. You go into court and you're giving that damn contractor, court person, a right to file a service charge against your performance bond. Why they want you to go to court so that they can file another charge against your performance bond. That's the fraud. You only pay them once.
I want you to pay it again.
Yeah. And then they want you to pay it out of your back pocket so they fucking control you.
Wow.
Yep.
So, I got a question. Excuse me. I got a question again. I'm looking at your American civil, the arrest warrant that we're talking about right now, and you got your express mail. I can't read that. Is that FF? Did you send that to Federal Express or something like that, or what is that number up there?
No, express mail is basically a blue envelope with a express mail label, and it costs you about $23, $22.95, and it will get there within 2 to 3 days.
Wow. Okay, so that was the number. So that's that.
But it will be a 13-digit number, just like a registered mail number. Now, if you send it out as a registered mailing, it may take 2 months to get there.
Oh.
Because the registered mail has to be in somebody's possession the whole trip.
Okay.
Okay? That's the difference.
Okay,
so this is those numbers.
Go to your office and look it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I have something I'd like to ask.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I missed a few minutes, about 5 minutes back. I don't know if you mentioned.
Oh shit! You missed the whole call then.
Anyway, I don't know if you addressed anything about the voters registration. And since I have not done that, I don't know what's on there, but shouldn't they also, also be including that?
Yes, I would include that one in there too, okay? Then send that into the state treasurer because basically they're using that photo registration card as a contract, okay? A non-construction contract, so that basically all the shithead congressmen, state congressmen, and everything can go and write bills against your account. Use your account as collateral. Yeah. And basically it probably should be in the neighborhood of another $11.2 million performance and payment bond. Same thing with your marriage certificate. If you're married.
Does it matter whether you're divorced or not?
No, the marriage certificate is probably still out there. They never really canceled it.
Okay, I'll go get it.
What about your offspring?
Huh?
I said, what does your offspring play a part?
You have to get taken care of yourself first before you can become out of the system. And basically, then you go after your offspring as the guardian. Okay? They're under your guardianship until they turn 21. After that, they're on their fucking own.
Oh, my friend,
that's where the living trust and all that plays a part in, and all of that name and all of now.
Would you suggest that the ones that have like retirement pension accounts, that sort of thing, and
close those all down, liquidate them,
do it at that time or wait?
Do it right now. I would start terminating everything.
Okay.
Just become a little paper gin.
Yeah, you get all of that. Everything they've got in there, you get.
Yeah, you start one, and basically after you get the one going, basically it should just be a repetitive item to do the next one. And then basically the next one's going to come even faster because you'll start having templates already set up up there that now all you have to do is change the number. You got all the wording on there. Now you just change the number on it and change the title.
I can think of 1,000.
But see, I sort of screwed up on mine the other day when I sent it in. I was going right along with that. But basically on the one for my SF30 for the certificate of live birth, I had the damn Social Security number on there instead of my birth certificate number on there. But if they can't figure it out, basically, they're fucking dummies.
Yes, and once you put the ones in for the COLB and the SOCH, it seems like the rest should just like domino effect out.
Yeah. They will come and help you in most cases, okay? But you can go ahead and start the process.
I see. All right. I thought you had said that before.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty much start making the state aware that basically they've got to turn around and put in the order and say, hey, state treasurer, I want restitution. I mean, you go into the Social Security Administration. If you're scared to death of this, just do an SF30 and a payment bond, the SF16 and the SF14, and send it into the Social Security Administration and say, I want another $2,000 a month into my Social Security account.
Wow.
From my payment bond.
Oh, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, they've got to do it.
That is awesome.
But if you're canceling it,
Well,
if you're
I'm talking about two different scenarios. If you're canceling it, you're going to liquidate the whole thing. But some of these people are so damn scared to death. Basically, try one thing. Basically, go to your utility company. Get that set off. Give them the order to take all future bills out of the performance bond, and don't bother sending me a bill until I come in and change this contract.
Got a bunch of billionaires running around here and don't even know it.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
They won't send you another bill.
Heck yeah.
This is it, man. It's the ticket right here.
Oh yeah, you said FS30 and 1414. Hey,
but clearly the COLB, the Social Security, and the voters are the key ones.
Well, the certificate of live birth, the military for a man,
No, in the
select his
military.
service number, okay? Because it was really, this was really set up to be a man's world, okay? And the women were supposed to be under the protection of the man, but basically in this commercial endeavor, when after Woodrow Wilson got the 16th Amendment into place, then they brought in the women's lib and basically started transferring the dowries from the women over into this new birth certificate scenario out here, so that the government can turn around and use that for their benefit too.
But he did it intentionally so he could use it, right?
Yeah, and then basically the 16th through the 27th are all fraudulent amendments because they have infringed upon the original 15 amendments. They have taken away from them, and an amendment cannot take away from a previous amendment. They can only add to it, if anything. And by giving women the right to vote, that took and cut the man's voting power in half.
They're making it look like they're doing something for women when they're actually not.
No, they're not doing anything for anybody. They're doing it for their own back pocket.
It's for the
They're destroying the families. That's what they really were after. Destroy the family structure. Destroy the farming structure.
Man,
they did it.
Yeah, and see, every male in this country is a farmer.
that is right.
He's not a father. He's a farmer.
We're supposed to be growing our own food.
No, because he was the one who planted the seed.
Children.
No, just keep it simple. He's a farmer because he planted the seed to grow the new generation.
Oh, okay.
The mother is nothing more than the kitchen oven, pots and pans in the kitchen.
Is that, Patrick, like when God said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish earth?
I don't want to hear that, okay? Just keep it simple, okay?
All right, I was just wondering. I was asking a question.
See, so what it says in the Ten Commandments, honor thy father and thy mother.
Don't
Who
say
is
nothing
your
about
fucking
the kids.
father?
Yeah.
Who is your father? Your spirit. Who is your mother? Mother Earth. The Indians knew that fucking one.
Yeah.
Right.
See, the person that had you in the womb, she was nothing more than basically taking and bringing all the ingredients in from the pots and pans and mixing them in and putting them into the oven until basically you popped out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So she's not the mother. She's the oven.
Informant.
Yeah, that makes
The
sense.
hatchery.
Yeah.
And the father was the farmer. Okay, he's not a father. He was a farmer because he planted the seed.
He planted the seed. He's the seed man. Yeah.
And the seed was your spirit.
Okay. That's real interesting.
But so many of these fucking educated idiots out here and all these fucking ministers and everything, they're out here to try and screw your fucking mind up.
And get to 10%.
Yeah.
Okay, Patrick.
Yeah.
Okay. When we shut down the birth certificate, won't that basically liquidate all the other accounts?
No, it won't necessarily liquidate all the others because the contracts are already in place.
So you've got to liquidate every contract.
Every contract is a separate contract.
Okay.
They've already drawn the credits from the other one. So the credits are already sitting under this new contract that was derived from the original, but it's not, you get going and basically then you can say, hey, I will work with you to shut them all down. Come and see me. Or you go ahead and start the process, but you just don't sit on your fucking ass.
And the bank account numbers also, correct?
Yes.
Even if
Any
it's
commercial
closed one.
contract you have.
Right.
Yeah. You got fucking more money than you know what to do with out there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All of them. I got so many bank accounts I've had. I'm gonna go back for all of them.
Now, what about the school registrations?
Basically, public school and everything like that. It depends on if you're out of there. Basically, that will probably have already been closed down. See that they were drawn against the damn contract, marriage contract in some cases.
So that would be under the mom and dad's, not under the.
Yeah, they were drawn against against your certificate of live birth and your marriage contract, because to get into school, you always had to go and give a copy of your birth certificate of live birth to them.
Right, except for now they're asking for Social Security, and most of us on the call probably had a Social Security during that time if it wasn't at the beginning. So at the point you had the Social Security, it would switch over to the child, and they would be the one it would be under. So I would think
they started when they signed you up, okay, with Social Security. It wasn't really supposed to go into effect until you turned 18 if you read the Social Security card when it initially came out. But they have modified that recently, and see, that's what they do. They come in and they modify these contracts unbeknownst to us, letting us know that they've changed the contract on us. And then we're under this contract because we don't know any better. And that's why this simple little form, we can come in and terminate these contracts when we understand they're fucking us over.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can change the contract.
Yes, we can order the termination, cancellation, termination, liquidation. You can be like Dorothy and throw a bucket of water on it and wash it away.
I think you should do a rap song about it. The way you said that.
No, I just do a rap and rave.
I think you did a rap on it.
I think he did too.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I just can't believe these other people on all these talk shows and everything else. And basically, they just keep going on the same thing over and over again. Go into court. And basically, this guy's such an expert. He's got several court cases he's been able to shut down. Well, basically, how did he shut them down? He never says anything about using the SF-30, the SF-1414, 1416, or 1418. So how's he shutting these damn things down? Is he working for the damn bankers in the process to try and take them to court so that the court can turn around and file a claim against the contract? And then that's why the court shuts it down, because the court got a payment. So basically, they're just going to back off. They're going to be happy with the payment they got.
Yeah.
Because, see, the courts turn around and file their claims into the bankruptcy court against your contract.
Yeah, against the case number.
Yeah, using the case number, or basically, they might file 2 or 3 charges against that.
Yeah.
And hell, if a damn traffic ticket's only $150, but they can turn around and file $1,000 or a $1,500 or $2,000 claim for services against that driver's license by way of a bankruptcy court, and you're never the wiser. Yeah, they'll say, okay, we dismiss this, but we're going to file a service charge against your account anyway.
Yeah. Get paid. Yeah.
Yeah, they do it. Go into the bankruptcy court website for the District of Columbia. They have a module session there to show the attorneys how to do this. We just didn't know what forms they were filing. It's not bankruptcy forms they're filing. It's the SF-30, the 1414, the 1415, and 1416, primarily the 18, against the performance bond. See, they really can't do the 14 because they're not, they really don't have the power over their surety. But they, in some cases, they turn around and claim to be the trustee in the process. They're a bunch of fraudulent shitheads, really, when it comes down to it.
Yeah, they leeches, man. They leeches.
Everything that Jesus called them out in the temple when he tried to throw them out.
Bloodsuckers, vampires.
Yeah, and they haven't changed their damn MSO one bit.
They don't even have a land, a nation.
They don't need a land or a nation. They're vampires. They just suck you dry. And they move on to the next whatever.
Okay.
That's your focus.
Anybody else have any questions on this? Pretty simple, straightforward.
Hello, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah.
You're awesome, man. The show is awesome. I've been following you for the last few weeks now. My only question is, when you want to get out of parole or probation, I know that you said that you petition the Secretary of Treasury, you write a petition letter through IRS technical support. Do you still do that method, or you do the GSA forms instead?
Go in and get the charge that basically the parole has, and find out what instrument what did you originally go into prison on, okay? See, that's what you need to really find out. And then you can put a charge back in against that, okay? And see, you can even take all your receipts, okay? You can do a charge off with the bill. You can do a charge back for your labor, for your incarceration against the payment bond, and you can do a charge back against the performance because basically it was a fraudulent. You did the time, okay? So now the performance bond owes you because the performance bond didn't do the payment for you. You did it. So you can charge back, do a charge back against the performance bond for your incarceration. And you find out what the instrument was to put you in there, and then put a same fraudulent claim against the parole department because they're just continuing to try and rip you off your contract.
Wow.
See how the game is played? It's pretty damn simple.
So Patrick, on these receipts, so that's debt. Basically, that's out there, and we're just reclaiming the debts with the credit money.
We're claiming our credits back, okay?
Right.
Okay.
I got it.
And we're trying to get our credits back to where we get enough credits back. Like, basically, like I said, I was making $2.25 back in '69. It was in silver. At today's value, that'd be $40 an hour, okay, in Federal Reserve dollars now. How much are you getting paid an hour right now? What?
$12. If I was working,
$20?
$12.
$12.
Yeah.
You make more than even one silver dollar. See, the wages of people has gone down. You're working for slave wages.
Man.
Your wages should have gone up as your education and everything went up. But it hasn't. It's gone down. So you're working as a slave right here in America. You're making less, in some cases, less than those Chinese people are over in China.
Yep.
And you're worried about them
coming over here and
coming over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come over here, they're going to get fucked. Back over home, basically, they're probably better off right now under this new regime than they are over here. See how dumb people are? The fucking frying pan in the fucking bank. Come in, we'll give you something. We're going to give you the fucking, but we're going to give you a frying pan to go along with it.
I don't want none of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll beat you over the head after we take care of the other.
You can do the same charge off for old cases that you've already served your time for and all that. You can do charge offs on them too from 96.
Just go and get, like I told you, go and say the Our Father about 10 times. You're going to have to go in some cases, you're just going to have to forgive and forget and get on with your life. Okay?
All right, I got you.
But anything that is still continuing to harm you, shut that damn thing down.
I got you.
Okay.
Patrick, how do you deal with the IRS in a situation like this?
Huh?
How would you deal with the IRS?
Same scenario. Hell, they're easier than shit there.
Yeah, the IRS is easy.
Yeah, you just take the performance, take the bill that they have, put it off against the performance bond, over around and put a payment bond in there, a charge against the payment for like $50,000. Hell, we've heard of people going in there and taking a $5,000 penalty, marking it up for $15,000, sending it back in, and getting $10,000 paid back. Well, how did they do it? They had to use these forms, but they never told us that.
Yeah.
Wait until they give you another 5,000, and then you can charge them for even more.
Yeah, but once you do it once, they ain't gonna do it again.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be shutting the whole thing down, and basically then you'll never be taxed again anyway. Because you're not using their banking system any longer.
Well, what is the account? The Social Security account that they go off of?
It all depends. Hell, I've gotten bills from them for my damn 98 series number, for my state EIN number, for my Social Security number. See, the EIN numbers also set up another contract that has $11.2 million in there. You can do a complete liquidation of those and send those into the IRS. See, you've got 4 damn contracts out here, and see, that's what the problem is. All these contracts have bonds out there. That's why the damn DTC has quadrillion bonds in circulation. Now, there's more bonds in circulation than there is Federal Reserve dollars. And that's a no-shitter.
Do you think hunting licenses and fishing licenses fall under the same category?
You basically run them through and see, okay?
Okay.
I think anything that the state can do, basically they're going to put a damn charge against and basically make it a non-construction contract. So just do them all.
All righty.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, Patrick.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I heard about you recently. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get yelled at for asking this question, but I'm going to ask and take the answer as you give it to me. What about child support?
You go against the marriage contract. The marriage contract has $11.2 million in there on both sides, from basically the male side and the female side.
Okay, know what I'm saying? Child support getting taken out of my check.
That's what I'm saying. You're not the principal debtor.
Okay.
You're not the principal surety. The bonds for that marriage license are the surety. That's why you have to use the performance, the 1418, the 1414, and the 1430, and put that into the Attorney General's office and tell them, now take the damn credits out of the damn appropriate bonded person.
Okay, but there was no marriage though. Is it still the same process?
Well, how can they take child support out of you if there was no marriage contract?
They say it's my child, and being that he has the child, that I have to pay child support.
Then you send it in your Social Security account.
Okay.
Find out what they're charging. Ask the court, what contract are you charging here? You take your SF30 into the court and your 14 and your 1416, your 1418, and said, hey, I need to know what contract to put on these forms so that I can order the proper set-off.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You're the best, man.
See, it wasn't that hard to figure out, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No. You're the owner. Okay? Act like the owner. You're an American federal government citizen. We can throw these damn bankers out of here if we start waking up properly. Our fathers did it to the East India Company 240 years ago. We should be able to do the same damn thing.
You got to make it a lifestyle.
Yeah. Basically, when you turn, for a male, when he turned 25, he was supposed to become an American Knights Templar. An American Knight to defend the realm.
They opened up a whole new interest.
But they got everybody going overseas and fighting wars overseas instead of defending the realm here. Just like what the church did back in the damn days of the Crusades and everything. Here, leave your country and go over and fight a war over here, and basically will plunder your wife and children here in the homeland.
While you're over there fighting.
Yeah. Split the family up.
Put some good books out there to read, man.
Huh?
There wasn't good books on this to read.
The Bible. The dictionary. Those are the only two you really need to read. Understand the word, and then understand that the Bible is strictly about banking. And once you start looking at that as a banking book, you'll see that this system, banking system, has not changed. It keeps popping its head up. Just a banking system. Then it goes into the commercial banking system. Then it goes back to the just banking system. Then it goes, the unjust comes back in and takes control. And then it goes back out. Okay? In and out. It's like a good fucking. I'm sorry to be harsh like that, but basically that's the American lingo that basically 99.9% of the people in this country fully understand, whether you like it or not. In fact, in most cases, that's the only way that people will understand anything, is to throw something right between their eyes. Okay, any other questions? Set her down, Tom. It's been 2 hours.
Thank you, Patrick.
If there's not enough information on there, sorry.
Oh, you gave us plenty.
Okay.
It's good, man. That's golden. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Now, did that fire you up or what?
know, right?
What?
Yeah, sure did. Oh my
Hell
God.
yeah.
Man.
Did
Whoa.
that
I'm gonna go
just
collect them
not
cases.
make it clear as fucking day that the final process is the way to go?
Gotcha.
We need
And
to
it's so
listen.
simple.
We need to
It's
listen to
so
that. We need to
I
listen to
know
that again.
you
Yeah.
can watch it over and over and over
I need
again.
to watch. I need to hear that again. Really.
Well, Michael, you a man. Believe that. When I tell you, you a man. Bring
He
it
got
all.
me
Listen to
pulling up
everybody.
cases and everything right now.
That's it. That's it. I cannot express it. I mean, from out the gate, I've been
And he's
telling.
right too, man.
Yeah, he is absolutely right. I mean, the solution to all your discharging and the final process of Patrick Devine
That's right.
was these SF forms. And but here's the thing: as much as I want to sing the praise of this, and we've had conversations over and over since I came out with this channel and started talking about this, there's some of you that will ignore everything that you just heard and go follow another guru who's talking about a Patrick Devine process and forget all of this. And it's true. I see all the time that people are trying to do an old process of him, worrying about the 1099 forms. You guys need to realize it's the final process of Patrick Devine is these SF forms. He did such an eloquent job in his own Patrick way of kind of, breaking down the importance of this final process. But guys, you're right there. Your remedy is not far. And this is what Creditor Academy is all around and processed by, is the final process. And we all, again, we invite everybody to come join our staff because this is what we focus on every day. Patrick Devine has two processes. One is the quick process. Get your non-UCC. Get your 3 EINs. Get your SF30, 1414, 1416, 1418. Have your public identification documents and register mail all of that back to yourself. And read the forms or the documents I go over in the final process is the culmination of all of Patrick Devine's life work. In addition to that, to his quick process, he has his final nail in the coffin process, and that is establishing a UCC contract trust, which we are working so hard to do this step-by-step process for that as well. Yeah, I am fired up just as much as you guys are. I love getting reminders of what Patrick Devine is all about, and that just brought it all together. I'm going to go ahead and open up the mics now to questions, comments related to what we heard today, and go for it. Go ahead and just raise your hand, and I will.
I'm up. Can I go?
Yep, go for it, James.
All right. Now, the process that he just said, yeah, you send in all of these bonds. I understand that he said that the S1416 is the charge back, and the S1418 is the charge off. And so when we go with the charge back, and when we discharge or something, like my student loan. So
the student loan. Who heard what Patrick said
what
about the student loan? Who heard that? Somebody answer it. Just go ahead. I want to hear how many people.
You go back to the bank where you got the student loan from.
It's the school. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Brian, let's go to you. Okay, Lovemore, let's go to you.
Paul Michael, how are
Hey,
you?
buddy.
Now
I had my mic off.
So I'm just gonna, get this little bit of fog out.
Mm-hmm.
So, Patrick is saying just use the SF forms, correct?
Yes, I have been saying that from day one as we are today. Stop following other gurus' processes that are talking about Patrick Devine. Stick with the final process. Stop everything you're doing. Come work for Creditor Academy, where we focus on this every freaking day, and just think, I'm going to get my stuff done by helping Creditor Academy. That's what you should do. That's what everybody should do. And I listened to this final process stuff, and I'm like, my God, why would anybody bother with anything else?
Okay, so let me get this straight. What are you saying? Is it every performance bond is with credits to 11.2 million?
Or more, depends on what the contract is. But yes, on average, that's that's the total amount that's there. But also, they could be bonds on $100 ticket, as you just heard, and they're writing 1,000 against it. Again, all of these have different amounts, but the SF30 is the contract modification to give the liquidation of the contract, or to fulfill future payments. That's why he used it for utility bills, court cases, anything. And that's why we need to focus on these documents. Not to say that bill of exchanges and promissory notes don't have their place. We definitely will cover those. But this is the main focus because Patrick made it easy. And that's why everybody who followed Patrick Devine at the very end, right as he was heading out the door, got their remedy. And unfortunately, no one picked up the torch to continue it. But that's why he became so famous. And I don't know where this got buried down the memory hole ever since 8 years ago. But we're here to bring it back to life.
So one more question. So right now I'm getting Social Security, and it ain't worth a poo-poo, right? So now if I go ahead and send in the SF40, right? The SF I think it's 1416 and 1418, and just tell them give me all my stuff. I could do that, correct?
Yeah, you just heard for 2 hours him saying you can do that. Did you listen to it again? Over and over and over. That's why I started this fourth quarter with that recording. That is everything in summation to what Patrick Devine is talking about, the final process. That's why I'm focusing so much on having this step-by-step process. So then questions like this don't come up. Like, oh, what do I put down? So the SF30, I say, huh? And then I send it to who? What time? 3 days? 30 days? What was it again? So this is what we're here to just put it all together for. So please join us. Stop wasting time. And I promise you, as soon as we get these step-by-step processes out for everybody, really you're benefiting yourself. And everybody who comes to Creditor Academy, the classes are free, but you got to do the work. And I'll put you to work here at Creditor Academy, no doubt about that. But we will do this.
I said one more question, but I got one more question. So where do I fit in? Because
I got a ton of people that got to go, and I'm on a limited time as well.
Okay. This is Brian. I had my
go for it, Brian.
Bottom line is, yes, I'm interested in doing what I can. I'm not sure exactly. I've got personal matters I'm trying to resolve.
Yep.
Obviously, just doing one of these processes with one situation, one thing alone would set us up. I mean, it's all we need to do. So, by the way, those classes, have they started already? Because I put in yesterday, didn't hear anything back.
Absolutely. The update is this: Wave Accounting, the service I use for payments, now is saying like, gosh, you're so damn popular. We want to look into it a little bit more. So I got to basically send them over. Hey, I'm a legitimate business. Here's this crap. Here's that crap. So we're doing everything through Venmo over again. Our Venmo is at Creditor Academy. So you can send payment over there, and it'll be still part of the sales auto response and the professor's auto response while I deal with yet another payment operating system.
They did take the money out of my account. I checked that today, so it was taken out. So with tax.
With tax, exactly. So so that already went through. It just happened literally 6 hours or 4 hours ago.
Okay, and the help that you need mostly, I mean, I imagine there's so many different things you can use help for. Some people
Absolutely.
have expertise in this or that.
Yeah.
And for some, okay, but I mean, there's something for everybody. In other words, no matter what
Yes.
the background.
There is something for everybody. And really what I do is I assign people a role to get one part of the step-by-step process done. And then before you know it, you're an expert in that section of the final process yourself. And then you end up becoming a professor to others. And then you're like, well, wait a minute, I might have gotten this part done really well. Well, what about the other step? We put you in the other classes that already get completed. And that's what brings it all together. But if you are studying, if you have a study group, if you have, if you're trying to do TD accounts or whatever you're doing, that's a Patrick Devine side thing, stop it. Just come join us. I'll find a position for you. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. All my staff has access to me, and we all work together. And the majority of staff get remedy because they're starting to get and understand by living this every day. And I'm not asking for full 20 to 40 hours. It's whatever time that you have available. Please email hr@creditoracademy.com until our Indeed account is up and running for a more seamless processing. But yeah, absolutely. Let's go over to Diana.
Hi, Paul. Hey, what I wanted to know is when he was talking about doing those forms, SF30, etc., you know, and then if they don't perform,
right,
you know, we're going to, you know, throw them under the bus. Do we put that in our letter of instruction? You know, if you guys don't say it like that, but do we say something like that about that?
That's in the bills of bills of credit, and we went over that in another class. But yes, the bills of credit say, hey, I need a 1099 if you're canceling debt for for example, because you owe like $100,000 on your house or something. There is a text letter on the bill of credit document in the Patrick Devine files that says, hey, you need to send me a 1099-C to affirm that the debt has been canceled. And that's your confirmation that it has been canceled. And you need to do that for the tax purposes anyways. And so they need to send that to you. And that's pretty much it. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Let's go to Joey Western.
What's up, Paul? He talked about sending those documents to DC. I think he kind of skimmed over it. What was he referring to?
I don't know. There was a lot said in 2 hours.
Okay. No, I was talking about everybody was sending in their documents to DC. It must have been in a previous call, but are we sending the non-UCC and all that stuff?
Asses, finally.
What?
So excited. Uh-oh.
Yeah, mute. Okay. So no, he's talking about the final, he's talking about establishing a UCC contract trust. So that is the nail in the coffin.
Okay.
And he's talking about the quick start guide. Yesterday or on Tuesday for my class, I gave you a quick start guide on setting up your own trust and utilizing it for your foreign grantor trust so you can transfer assets into this. I want you to think of it the same way because I have an actual business trust class that you'll be at the end of it a pro just because it's so in depth. But the fast, quick process that Patrick Devine is like, hey, you can act on this, you can assert your authority as long as you just read the few documents that he has on it. If you want to read the documents that he has on it that he was referring to in the call and video, one of them is the American Home Run document, part 1 and 2 of that. That's a really good one. The basis of the Treasury system and establishing a UCC contract trust, as well as do you know your federal laws, which talks about the bounty hunter. That's the bounty hunter document. And he dives into that. He just repeats basically what he did with excitement, but with poise when he wrote it out in his essays.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Let's go to Laura Talmung.
Nice. Anyway, so after the second class that I watched, like, what is it, over a month ago, 2 months ago? So I have sent every SF 30, 14, 16, 14, 18 to banks to discharge my child support.
Yep.
Only Social Security contacted me. They're like, we don't know what these forms are. I'm like, well, find out find somebody who does and write me back.
Yeah.
So then I just sent out a notice of default and opportunity to cure and gave them 10 days from then. And then my next would be notifying the CID.
Yeah, the contractor investigative division.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I'd sent out 10 packets, and I know I have my UCC contractor trust. I have my badge. I have everything. So
absolutely. No, you're right. You're right on target for what Patrick was talking about. Patrick explained it exactly in that way. As you're starting to realize, I mean, sending out 10 packets, you imagine if all those 10 packets came back to you at one time, how long it would take
God
you.
willing.
I know. And then you'd have to look at each one of those packets like, okay, how do I respond to them here? How do I respond to them? That is why you need staff for your private bank, because operating in the private is a full-time job. It really is. Creditor Academy is already a full-time job. And it's just like your day-to-day 9-to-5 jobs. It's a full-time job, right? So now try to balance operating in the private with your own personal affairs on top of it. It's a full-time job. I want employees for my private bank so I can deal with transactions on a regular basis. Like I said, as soon as you get one ball rolling, the rest will fall into place. That's what it is. Now, for easement, I like having not only the quick process, but I also like the final nail in the coffin, the establishing a UCC contract trust. That's why I'm working so hard with my team and getting these documents in order so then we can go ahead and
I have all that. That's already done. Like my bond, my bill of exchange, all of that is in. I've got my green card from Janet Yellen. So
cool. And you did it all under your private bank, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. The Patrick Devine way.
Yep.
Okay. Well, cool. Awesome. Then you're not far from remedy at all. So, I mean, shoot, girl. I mean, this stuff is not that complicated.
It's not. It does take time.
No.
Like
it takes time only because, like, in consultations is like, I'll have people say, well, I sent out the forms. And like I said at the beginning of this conversation, you're only as good as what you can defend. Okay. Right. So sending everything out. So if people, and then people have these boatload of questions of like, well, what if they respond this way? Or why did this happen this way? Or what? And I'm just like, you got to read the documents. The answer is in reading the American Home Run document and really like washing that over you. It's not that you're not studying hard. It's just that you're not looking at the big picture. And when you look at the big picture by listening to calls like this on the final process and not distracting yourself by listening to other gurus who are not talking about the final process, blows my mind, then you can be able to comprehend this a little bit better. Okay, let's go to amazing. Amazing. Okay, no. Okay, Kenneth Chavez.
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Hey, doing good.
Hey, I have there are a couple quick questions. Now I ordered, the proof of identity, I had the badge, everything. I ordered that from you guys, and the questionnaire, it said blood type and the registered number. Do I have to give my blood type? Because I don't know what it is.
We removed that. It's no longer a policy.
Okay, and the registered number, is that the registered mail number that I'll use to send back to myself for the proof of identity?
Yeah.
Okay. And one last thing, I'm the guy that I go to work for 3 weeks and I'm home for 3 weeks. Would you be able to? Yeah, would you be able to utilize me within those 3 weeks that I'm home? Because when I'm on a boat, there's nothing I can really do.
Absolutely. I'm here to tell you, we are serious about our work and our business, but I'm never going to put you in a position where you're overwhelmed or you're going to fail. And I'll never put you in a position where you don't have support of other team members. I put people into teams and I say, this is my expectation, and this is the guideline by which you have to follow. And here's our objective, and here's the process that you have to follow. And then we just do execution from there. There is still yet to have a single team of mine that doesn't understand the task that they have before them, and they're not rocking and rolling it to the max. And that's why the EINs got pushed out razor fast, and that's why the next ones are coming out really quickly as well. And we are growing all the time. But like I said a couple weeks ago, I need 100 staff. I need 100.
Okay.
And I can
Yeah.
use and even beyond 100, I have no problem doing the direction, just because we're doing so much here. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because I'll only be available probably for those 3 weeks at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no problem, no problem. And then we'll get our jobs done, and then you can kind of look up and like, oh shoot, now I got this done. Now I'm gonna take this class, this. I hook everybody up who's staff.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
Okay.
go
Thank you, Paul.
to Roz J. Bay.
Hey, greetings, brother Paul Michaels. How's it going, brother?
It's
Greetings,
going good after that call.
Question I have for you, brother, is just for the dealing with the courts. I heard Patrick saying that all you needed was to just is that certified mail to the clerk of courts, or is that private process package
Yeah, he did certified mail to the courts because his main objective was just to have proof that it was delivered. That's why everybody else, when they send out their packets to banks or the FDIC or the state or whatever for their non-UCC and all this other stuff, they do it by certified mail so they can get that green card back, and then that's that proof that it was delivered.
Copy.
Yeah.
When we're addressing the courts, because they're dealing with the CRIS system, which is the Court Registry Investment Systems, for their cases, are we doing also that same 11.2 for the case, or if it's attached to original contract, what are we using for those?
You got to find out what the case number is and apply it to the SF forms appropriately. That's the contract ID number code. That's what you need to focus on, and then because that's the details of the whole case, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's it. Okay, amazing. Let's go to you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me? Oh, I'm so sorry. It's actually Amazir. But thank you. I just started listening about less than a week, and today I had submitted walked in my my documents from Patrick Devine, the SF 30, 14, 16, and 18 documents. I had a court case for an eviction, and I submitted my non-UCC, and I had a question. If
what's the question?
I noticed that
What to the bottom point, because I have people waiting. What's the question?
The question is, should I submit my UCC to the county recorder's office?
Your non-UCC?
Yes.
No, you should re-listen to the recording of Patrick Devine that just happened, and then apply it to your situation.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, that's it.
Let's go to Lisa Michelle.
Hi, Paul. So I was in the orientation last week.
Okay.
But I have heard nothing else on my group or anything.
You're in the orientation last week. Lisa. Okay. Which, wait, hold on. Yes. Hold on.
Sorry to bring this up. And I was available for other groups. I mean, I mentioned that to HR because I've.
Yeah, right. Which group were you assigned to?
I think it was software.
Hold on.
But I mean, I'd like to do other things. That was the whole purpose of joining.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I'll let you look.
Okay, just email me and you'll be added. And then it has to be a Gmail account though.
Yeah, I have a Gmail account.
Okay, yeah, message me on my private email, and then I'll add you to software dev team.
Okay, that was Paul Michael.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Thank you so much for sending me a reminder. And then email me directly if if there becomes any more mistakes, I definitely want to have a conversation with you.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
All right, last question, and let's go to you. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. So my question is similar to theirs, which was basically I keep volunteering to work for you, and I cannot interview on Mondays and Wednesdays because it's the only 2 days I'm cleaning teeth. So I'm in patients' mouths, but the other days I can work.
Oh, okay. Let's send me a private email at Palma. I got you covered. I hear what you're saying. And you know what? This just goes to show we got so many, and we're trying. And we just added 2 new HR people, so we are going to expand Monday through Friday.
Hey, it's a good thing.
Cool
It's
deal.
a good thing that we catch you live. Thanks.
Hey, definitely. And I'm excited for that. I know exactly where to put you, so I'm pumped for it.
Okay, thanks so much.
All right,
Bye.
no problem. All right, everybody. I have to end this call. Once again, I will be opening up this the chat group so all of you can kind of converse together. I want to add one more thing just for future reference for next week on a little bit of a change we're going to do here with Creditor Academy. So many of you, I looked at the Google Analytics of how many of you stay afterwards in class, and I don't get to hear what's being said, but I see like, hey, it's been this long. A lot of you, the majority of the time, this class keeps going 7 hours after I open up the room to everybody. I absolutely love that. You should definitely keep on conversing one another and communicating. But starting next week, we need to, I have my staff working on so many different projects that we need the extra help and putting in progress. So starting next week, Tuesday, something very exciting I'm going to start doing is people who stay after class, and I'm not getting rid of the conversation and the connections and stuff like that, but I think we should work on a workshop of different projects together so then we can get this ball moving a lot more, and I can give you access to files that you may not already have. So next week's Tuesday, after class, I won't be here, but a moderator will be here. I want all of us to really have access to the TD accounts. Okay? This is Patrick Devine, or that's not Patrick Devine, but some other of his group put this together. And I'm going to give this to everybody, okay? And the reason why is, one, you need it for your private bank. You need a non-interest bearing bank account and to operate through, and you'll have a debit card as well. The forms, everything's pretty much done except for like 4 or 5 sections. I just want those 4 or 5 sections completed. I've already done a lot of the writing on myself. I had this on the back burner for quite some time, but the workshop will cover that. It'll be similar to the other project that we had when we were organizing all the Patrick Devine files. Everybody needs this anyways to get their account set up in the TD. And then we're going to just institute this as the step-by-step process. So then everybody has a TD account to operate through their private bank. If you are interested in joining that workshop, please join our Facebook group at Creditor Academy. You can get access to our Facebook group at creditoracademy@gmail.com. Send an email over there and you'll get a direct link over to it. And then on Tuesday, I'm just open accessing this to everybody. If you already have the files, you can get a head start on it. I really don't care. And I'm just going to start doing this for a bunch of different things. I'm going to start with this, and then we're going to go to the 1099s. Like I said, it's not the final process, but it's still an important thing to work on. And I'll get you guys the American Remedy document, the ABCs document, and other things. And I think that's just really going to blow Creditor Academy to another level. And then we can instantly have 100 people looking at great files like this to really progress us forward. But anyways, that's pretty much the update. If you want to join registration for classes, please send an email to classes@creditoracademy.com. And we have only Venmo available right now for that. And if you want your identification documents, please send an email to sales@creditoracademy.com. Again, only Venmo for the time being while I deal with this alternate payment processing. But until next Tuesday, you know, God bless yourselves. God bless Patrick Devine. I mean, what a guy. I'm pumped for him. I get so fired up after hearing those recordings. And thank you all for the support of Creditor Academy. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday.
See you later, Paulie.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Good class, man.
Love you, Paul. Appreciate you, buddy.
Absolutely.